Hi everyone, this is the first video I'm doing with commentary and I hope it's a bit more interesting than just a Zwift race. Yesterday I decided to do the Zwift Tiny Race series. I haven't done that before, so it was all new to me. All 4 races this week take part at the same map, the Two Bridges Loop. Each race is increasingly longer and finishes at some feature that suits a different type of rider. The first race is 2.8 kilometers long and finishes at the JWB Sprint. The second race finishes at the top of the climb of the reverse KOM. The third one goes about 700 meters further on the downhill. And the last one finishes at the start-finish line in the main Zwift village. Race 1 is about to start. The start will be as hectic as any other Zwift race, really, with everybody pedaling like crazy for a while until it settles down. Here I made a silly mistake with the gear change and lost a bit of power, so I overcompensated. I got myself slingshotted in the front, as you will see in a moment. This is a very short race. I think it lasted just above 4 minutes, so everybody's pushing a little bit harder than usual. This little ramp here has been going with 4 watts per kilo average, a little bit more than 4, but almost everyone stayed in the back. Nothing interesting is happening really, just a normal ride over the S's, so let's speed up. The JWB Sprint Reverse follows a ramp which has a little sharp uphill and then a little downhill, and then it's the sprint. So we're gonna slow it down here. After this left there is the ramp, and the trick is to push as hard as you can but leave a little bit of energy so that you won't get dropped in the finish to the line. And that's what's happening here. It's important to keep pushing over the crest so that you gain momentum and speed, and the use of the anvil is actually best a little bit later than I used it. I'm in a good position here, I'm in the front group, but with one arm not functional I can't really sprint properly, so I went for a more gentle, longer acceleration, but I've been swallowed very close to the line by the rest. Sixth position was not very bad for the first race, very happy about it. And that's the first race. There was a very generous, almost 10 minutes or more than 10 minutes break between the first and the second race. And here we go again. It will start very similar like the previous race, just everything is toned down a little bit. So a little bit less aggressive start, a little bit less aggressive up the ramp leading to the volcano junction, a little bit less aggressive to the S's, and of course people didn't really contest the sprint, so I'm just going to speed it up until something interesting happens around the JWB sprint. Again, here it's important to push quite a bit, otherwise you're gonna get dropped. So you have to be close to the front group when you crest this little ramp. Using again the anvil on the downhill. We're gonna get a new anvil after we cross the sprint. Again, nothing remarkable, so I'm gonna speed it up just before the start of the KOM reverse. You have to be ready to get on the climb right after this bridge, but there is a 10% incline maximum, so you probably need to hold back a little bit, and it's very important to push very hard after the 10%, leave something in the tank so that you won't lose the wheels at the top, or in this case because it finishes at the top, so you're going to get dropped at the top, something that I didn't do particularly well here. This is where everybody starts ramping up their power. And here in the steep part, people will start attacking, as you see. So that's where everything happens. I wasn't absolutely certain where it was finishing. I don't claim I have much in the tank, but I could have probably given it something more here and not let myself drop so much back. And we finished. In this race I got 13th, which is probably a fair result given that I have put quite a bit of weight and I'm not anymore at the top of the C category in my watts per kilo. And we're already in race 3. There was only 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes downtime, so the rest time between races is shrinking. That's something you need to expect. Everybody's tired, so and also the length of the race is a little bit more. There's about only 700 meters more after the previous finish, but you still need to push on that downhill. The start is much more tame, and the whole pace and power output is again smaller than the race before. I will speed it up again until something interesting happens. Like in the previous race, you need to put an acceleration to go up that little ramp before the sprint, and make sure you don't get dropped and stay close to the front of the race. You have to use the anvil again. This time I managed to time it perfectly. Lesson learned from the previous race. This time I waited a little bit longer to the steepest part of the climb before I put all my power. The video is slowed down right now just to follow the action. I'm afraid I'm at my limit, so I start losing the wheels. I know that I will pay for it because I will lose the draft on the downhill, so I will probably lose positions. I'm 9th, 10th now, but it will get a bit worse. I wish I had something left to push here, but I didn't. I needed to recover for a little bit. I think I'm probably dragging a few people behind me, but there's nothing I can do about it. And this was the wrong timed anvil use. I did it too early, so I will run out of it before the steep section of the climb, which is exactly here, and therefore I will be overtaken by the guy with the anvil, but the guy behind me is 10 meters behind, so I managed to secure an 11th position, which is a slight improvement than before, so very happy about it. And here we are at the last race. This time there was 3 minutes and 15 seconds rest time, and we started this race with the legs burning. As you will see, the start is much more tame, and basically after the first couple of seconds, 3 seconds, you could just go around with 3.5 watts per kilo or even less and stay in the group. Again, everything happened a bit slower and with a little bit less effort than before. Everybody's tired and everybody's waiting for the last climb and then maybe the last sprint to give it all. So nothing remarkable, and I'll just speed it up. Again, a little push over the ramp before the sprint so that you don't get dropped. Nothing dramatic though. Good use of anvil by most of the people. After the cave here, everybody's gonna be starting bunching up again and slowing down, expecting the last climb. Some very weird use of anvils, as usual, for some people. again, the selection of the group from the winners is going to happen at this climb, which makes this race really, except from the first race, the other three races benefits the punchy climbers. I will try my best not to lose contact with the front group, but again I will lose the wheel. I'm trying very hard not to stop pedaling, not to ease actually after the very steep part. Keep trying here. I'm P6 at the moment, or 7, but the front group is getting away. I need to rest on this little bit. Now me and this rider have a second gap to the others, which are more than 20 meters behind, but unfortunately here I give everything I have to try to catch the wheels, which is very hard on the downhill. So keep doing 250 watts on -7% was not a really good idea. And now the group of riders that were left behind and using the draft were gonna overtake us. At this point. Trying to catch the wheels here, but of course everybody's pushing, so that's not gonna happen. Again, there's nothing left for a hard sprint. I can't sprint with my right shoulder injured, so I'm doing a gentle sprint to the line, and I think I finished 18th. And that's it. I hope you find that interesting. I have one more week left before my shoulder operation and a length recovery. I will try to do as much racing as possible, and if there is something interesting I might make another video like this. Thank you very much for watching.